AlUla FM. Today, we are talking about pets, pets love, pets care, and more than that. And to actually talk more about it, we have with us today Dr. Holly Marshall, Animal Welfare Consultant, with us here today on Let's Ride to know more about pets and, of course, to talk about the initiative that is taking place in AlUla. Welcome to the show, Dr. Holly.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We are so happy to have you, and we'd like to ask you about the reason behind making the community participate in taking care of pets. As we mentioned earlier that AlUla, tomorrow, basically there is a great event for the animals and the pets shelter where people are going to come and be part of this event, probably to adopt if they want, and of course to enjoy their time with the children, make children have fun, of course, with the animals and all of that.
Yeah, so our adoption event is a great way for people to learn more about our programme. They can learn about responsible pet ownership. They can meet others in the community, sort of like-minded individuals. And then, of course, you can meet and play with all our resident cats and dogs and see if maybe you're interested in adopting any of them. But on top of that, there'll also be a lot of activities for the kids. So we have face painting, a creative corner, a wildlife booth, and a lot more.
That's really great. Is this the first time that happens in AlUla, or it has been happening?
So we've had one or two adoption events before, but this is one where we've expanded a little.
Interesting. So can you share with us the services that the center provide as well?
So on top of adoption services, we also offer a free veterinary clinic. This is so all community members can bring their pets, cats and dogs to the centre. We do free treatments, sterilisations, vaccinations and microchips. But then on top of that, we also launch a huge TNVR programme. So TNVR, it stands for Trap, Neuter, Vaccine, Release. And this is what we do to help control the number of stray animals in a community. So for instance, in AlUla, stray cats and dogs. And this is the way to humanely control the population and make it more healthy. So what we do is we trap the animal, and then we take it to our vet clinic. We sterilise it, so this stops the population from growing if they can't breed. Then we vaccinate it, which reduces the chance of it catching diseases, which keeps the other dogs and cats and the humans in our community much healthier. And then we release it back into the area it was caught, so it can keep its territory. It can use the resources in that territory, so we know that the animal there holding that territory is a healthy animal.
That's really interesting, and it's actually making the future better for these animals and pets in general in AlUla, of course.
Yes, exactly. And then if anybody's in AlUla, they might see a dog with a round tag on its ear, and then they would know that that animal has been through our programme.
That's interesting. That's really nice. So we have actually one more question for you. So actually, we were talking about the adoption event that you're holding in AlUla tomorrow on the 29th of August. But we want to spread awareness and let people know, especially the other people who are listening to us right now, but not in AlUla. How can, in general, our listeners be part of such an activity in their cities? And how is it beneficial for them from the first place?
Yeah, so I mean, across Saudi Arabia, there are many, many animal shelters. And kind of one of our main messages at the AlUla Animal Welfare Centre is to adopt, don't shop. There are so many animals that are in need, vulnerable animals, and you also help support these shelters to continue doing what they're doing by adopting an animal from them. So I would really urge people to look into their closest and their nearest animal shelter, and also if they're interested, they can even volunteer at it. If you're in AlUla, you can always contact our centre, and we also have volunteers, but if you're in Riyadh or Jeddah, there's shelters there that you can also volunteer at. And if you would like to come to our adoption event as well, we can also give you more information about our volunteering programme.
Interesting. That's really interesting. And yeah, I mean, being close to pets in general makes people feel alive in a way because, you know, they're so, I don't want to say they're naive, but they're so cute. They're so, you know, playful, cheerful. So definitely being, even if people don't want to have pets, they can definitely visit such an event to at least have this, you know, amazing and great time.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many studies that prove that having pets or being around animals is beneficial to people. Owning dogs is correlated with increased outdoor activity, which we all know is good for mental health. Having cats can decrease loneliness, especially in elderly people. So yes, if you don't have the capacity to have your own animal just now, there's so many of these events that you can take part in, and you can get your time with the animal to help your mental health.
Yes. So, Dr. Holly, I have a question for you. Do you have a pet, or you actually enjoy their company at the shelter only?
I actually have 3 cats now.
Of course. How am I asking that?
Yes, it's really easy to collect them while you work at a shelter.
That's so true. Thank you so much, Dr. Holly, for your time. That was really amazing. And we really wish you a great time and good luck tomorrow at the event.
Brilliant. Thank you. And I hope to see you all there.
Thank you so much. AlUla FM, the sound of Arabia.